So looking at updating SD-Ditch, the 2.0 versions up to SD-Ditch 3.0 versions. With your computer started up, get connected to the internet. I also suggest that you get connected to your battery, your power. Hate to run out of juice halfway through the updates. So once you're connected and you're updated, go ahead and fire up your SD drain ditch. In this case, we were 2.3.11. Agree. Now in this, we're not going to load a specific product. Do not worry about a product. We're just going to come in here. It doesn't matter which grower farm field I'm on. I'm going to just say start a new project, start project, or under settings here. Under settings here, we are going to want to save out our existing settings. So whatever you're running for, like your machine heights, things like that. Notice I've got some strange settings in here, so don't pay attention to what I'm using for numbers here. But you're going to want to save out your settings. This is just a good thing to do. It's not a necessity, but if you lose something along the way, it's nice to have this saved out. So I've already saved something at slot 1 here, but we'll save one here at slot 2. So I'm going to click on slot 2 here, and I will rename this, and we'll come into here. And again, notice that I'm using a mouse here. I'm not encouraging you to use a mouse. I'm using a mouse so that you can visualize stuff a little bit better. So I'm going to just call this upgrade and hit enter. And then we will just save this setting here. I do encourage after you have saved this, this version is a little bit touchy on things. So I would recommend that after you've done this, that you go ahead and you close this version and just reopen it again. I have had problems with it wanting to, delete that file in the upgrade if you don't do the restart here. So, and then again at this, we'll just do the same thing. We'll just do a new project again, which I already had it right here. Continue, start the project. At that point, we're going to come back in and we're going to click onto the program and we're going to come over to support. In support, if you are up to date, your registration status should say registered. If you are not, and if you're not up to date here, contact your dealer to get up to date so that you can do the check for updates. So I'm going to check for updates. You must be connected to the internet. Okay, yep, I am up to date on my status. Again, if you're not, your dealer will help you out with getting yourself up to date on your status. So it takes it'll take a little bit for that to download and do what it needs to do. It's a fairly large file. At the end of it, it just does that. It looks like it didn't successfully do anything, but it actually did. So if I come back down here to my SD ditch down here and I click on it, it now fires up 2.9.9, and it's going to download a file. So let it do its thing here. It's a large file. It'll take a little bit to download, and just be patient on it and let it do its thing. This is just an intermediate file. It isn't the version that's going to stay. When it's all said and done, it's going to actually have uninstalled everything. When this new version updates here, everything should just disappear and you should be left with just the new version, the 3.07. You see that some of those icons disappeared off of here. Notice that because I had my stuff pinned on my bottom toolbar down here, so I'll just come into this 14 again, hit continue, come into here, hit start project. I can quick check some of my settings here to make sure that I'm set to the right stuff. Again, you saw what my weird machine settings were. Again, these are not your settings. These are mine. This is for the test, my GPS testing rig that I run. So it looks like everything came across. I can go up to my projects here and you'll see that the load and save settings have changed. The view of this has changed a little bit. This little button to the right will allow you to see what that upgrade file look like, so it lets you see what the actual file looks like without having to browse over Again, this is all gibberish to you, but this is the all the settings for SD. So that all looks just fine. I'm not going to do any more there. Again, it looks fine. And you are now up to the latest and greatest. Please note that when I close out of here, are you sure I want to close this program? Yes. You'll see that I still have this ditch icon down in the bottom toolbar, and I'm going to click on the one on the bottom toolbar and see if it actually connects and goes anywhere. And because this was a link to it's a shortcut to an old document, you're going to see that it can't open this item because it no longer exists. You want to remove this? Yes. And that if I wanted this icon on the bottom toolbar, that I could just simply drag it down onto the bottom toolbar, and now I'd have my new button back again. And again, instead of double clicking here, it would be just a one tap down here to open the software again. So anyways, you are now up to date. Have yourself a good day, and thank you very much for your support. If you have any questions or problems, reach out to the folks at Russ Sales or your local distributor agent, and we'll get you fixed up. Thanks.